Session that's titled as From Data Accumulation to Action, Navigating the Transition to a Data-Driven Enterprise. And without taking any time here, we'd like to invite an erudite personality on the stage whose name shines in all glory when we talk about India's pride, which is the Aadhaar, and not just limited to that, but so many feats. Because he really needs no introduction, we will straight up go ahead and invite him to be a part of us while being a presenter from the stage. Can we please request, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the Deputy Director General at Ministry of Communications, Government of India, Shri Sumnesh Joshi, to please walk up on the stage. And Mr. Joshi, I know I have good karma in my account. That's why I get to host you back to back. Just yesterday we met at the ET Now Digital Banking Summit, and today here he is standing tall. Always pleasing us not with his just expertise, but also the gestures in persona. Warm welcome, Shri Joshi. Thank you so much. They're all yours. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to everyone. And really the agenda is really great, and maybe you all are learning a lot from last two panel discussions. So from my perspective, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer to inviting me here. And I'm really happy to share my thoughts with this august audience, all the eminent personalities from the different part of the industries. And we are talking about the data, and of course everyone knows that data is the new oil, data is a fuel for the new digital age economy. And so much of the data is coming, and it is impacting us every day, whether it's a business or life at home, everywhere it is impacting. Whatever we are doing, whether purchasing, ordering something, or doing business dashboard, analyzing, all these things, the data is everywhere, and it is exponentially increasing. So if we see, look at the last 20 years, maybe after the 1999, what we have seen, even the mobile, just 15 times, it's 0.5 billion to 8.4 billion mobile we have across the world, and 20 times internet connections. That is 248 millions to now 5.3 billion internet connections available in the world. And GDP, world GDP has increased 3 times in 20 years, 32.9 million to 105 trillion US dollar. And population is 1.3 times. And even the connected device, if you can say 90 million to 15 to 17 billion devices are connected on network. But what about the data? Data has gone 150,000 times. And it's going on and on every day, everywhere we are generating data. Even in this hall, whether it's the camera or the CCTV or whether it's the voice, whatever we are speaking, everything is the data, right? So you can analyze all this data, what speaker has said, particular word, where, what is the crux of the, so that the last speaker has told that the chat GPT, so many things are there. Now, again in the coming age where 5G has already been rolled out and IoT, so the next boom, game changer is the Internet of Things. And we are going to see around 75 billion IoT devices across the world very soon. As on date, around the 20 billion devices are working. So lots of data is generating in every sector. And right from home to any industry, manufacturing industry, consumer product, automobile, wherever you want, see the IoT devices are there, the sensors are there, we are generating the data. But now, what is the use of the data unless until we will convert that data into some useful thing? So we have to have some system. Of course, the industry is they are doing the data analytics and using all the AI tool and ChatGPT or other tools also. So how to, harness the power of the data? So one is that, because it's a very short address, so I would like to just stress on the data democratization. That is very important. Because the gone are the days that when, the no computer, no internet, data is there, but somewhere, maybe in the newspaper, in the files or the papers, maybe to generate a good report, so-called the consultant have to interact with each entity, and then the report is there somewhere, but it's not democratized. It's just available a few persons, few entities, few organizations. Now everything is available on the internet, and 5 billion internet users, we are democratizing the data. So now we have to see that how we can make all the data available to the rest of the world so one can innovate and one can do something, create new application for the benefit of the society. And from the government initiative, of course, there's a data.gov.in where they are publishing all the data, whether it's related to the health or the transport or the agriculture or the food and civil supply, so much of data. And the most usable data that I have seen that in every application there's a pin code. You enter the pin code because wherever you require address is the pin code. So the LGD directory or the pin code based directory which is available as open data and everyone is using it. So this is just one very basic example that one can use the data, because this data, if you use, you can analyze the risk, particular geography, you can, all maybe the rainfall details, or maybe it's an earthquake area. So many things. Data is available, but if it is democratized, it is available. You can find and take the benefit of that data for designing your product or to expand your market. Where is the market? You can find. It's not that just like that without any analysis and without any future forecast, we have started something. And one example I will give in the government is Aadhaar-enabled public distribution system. That, again, why I'm giving this example is a very basic example you can appreciate. See, now it's all India portability. Every ration card holder is having the Aadhaar number, right? They are taking the ration using the Aadhaar-enabled authentication system on the ration card shop. But now data is coming and that is available on the website. You can find out how the consumption is happening, which day, most people are coming. So there should not be any time that there's a queue in the villages. Nothing is there in the supply and people are there in the queue. So which day? So all these type of, questions are being answered using the data. Our entire supply chain management, and parallelly the logistics, the transport. Okay, from the godown, the truck has started, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, where is the truck? Everything is integrated or data is open. So this, and again, important thing that we can find out from the data, that how many people are coming from the Bihar or UP in Mumbai and taking the ration here. So it's giving scientific analysis that actually how many people are coming in Mumbai taking the ration. So this is, the insight. I'm giving this just basic example, but if we have the data, we can do a lot of thing. And data should be of the quality and validated from the trusted source. Otherwise, it's very difficult to work. Again, I will just share a story. There's a NRC work is going on the Assam, and there is a lot of pressure from the Supreme Court that to collect the biometrics of the claimants, around 50 lakh odd claimants. And Chief Secretary was under pressure. All district collectors were, maybe they were doing the work, but still, then he called the central government, and then I was deputed as an officer on special duty there to help the Assam government. But what I did, I simply changed one thing. So don't take the report from the districts. If district collector is giving some report to you manually and some facts, or not facts, but on the email it's coming, and again you are collating the Excel sheet, and this is how you are doing. You take from the single sort of truth, because the entire data is going to the UIDI server. We have taken the data, and then data is having the intelligence. So data, we know all the header, which is the center, which is the district, all codes are there. And then we simply started sharing the data all across the system. And then in the next meeting, Chief Secretary simply told, okay, Mr. X collector, your 10 machines are working, this machine is working here, productivity is 0, here it is 5. So everything has changed. The visibility is there, correct data is there, and within 15 days, systems start functioning. So data should be validated and from the trusted. And the next, how we are generating the data. So again, the initiative, everyone is aware. I will not go into detail the digital public good infrastructure. Again, it's a manifestation that how we can use the data, right, for making different products or different application using all these DPI. So interoperability is required if you want to work or to serve the society. So whatever we are designing, any industry, if we have some interoperability, whether it's the financial sector, health sector, or maybe tourism or education sector. See, so for example, education sector, to just see the entire, right from the infant to the schooling, to the higher education, to the job. Now, if we can trace it, then we can intervene as and when required, if data is visible to the authorities who are going to take the decision. So what is next to have a truly data-driven organization? But now we have the system in place, ecosystem is there, and you have seen the UPI, just because everything, data democratization, connected with each other, standard protocols, we are seeing how it is doing the wonder. Similarly, now ONDC, it is coming, again, the same thing will come. All the buyer sellers are coming on the same platform, and they're again interchanging the data, and we are going to get the benefit, and everyone is getting benefited, buyer, seller, logistics, etc., etc. So what we have to do, we have to just do away with the silo mindsets. Now, whenever we are working, we have to think as an overall system that, okay, I'm creating system, but suppose if required, how I can connect or transfer the data or exchange the data with other systems also. So I should be open for that data. Of course, the caveat is data security, privacy, consent-driven architecture. That has to be part of your architecture, because someone earlier speaker mentioned the DPDP, and that is, of course, the moment we talk about the data, now DPDP should come into the mind. Act has been passed. Anytime it will be announced that yes, it is in force. So of course, from last 2 years, everywhere in the ecosystem, we are telling that please ensure that whatever you're designing or architecture should be in compliance with the DPDP Act. And finally, now in the AI ML era, AI first approach, so much data is coming. And again, please ensure it is a validated data, quality data, otherwise the garbage in and garbage out. So please ensure all these things. And lastly, again, I will repeat, whatever you are doing, we have to respect the privacy of the consumer or resident. So we have to use data cautiously with the consent. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Shri Joshi, thank you very much. Can we just ask the audience if there's any one question? We do have a room to take. In case if you have any question, you may raise your hand. We'll just get the microphone passed to you. Thank you.
I'm Abhishek Mathur from a company called Vatsala. Very, very insightful session, Mr. Joshi. Thank you very much for that. You had been talking about data controlling that garbage in, garbage out. The fear for many of the data fiduciaries are the data poisoning. So what's your view on that? How you guys are handling it?
See, as such, it's very complex questions. We can't answer it just like that. Already, and I give that. That's why the example to in every conference. See, act and law and regulation. This simply they have written something, rule of the games, right? But what is the end objective? You have to give a quality product. So I always tell, in the formative year of the child, if you give the bad habits, it's a bad human we are creating. So if it's all good habits, so the result is good, right? Your child will become a good human and serve the society. So maybe there are actors in the system to poison the system. So similarly, so we have to take all the safeguards. So it requires a lot of, thoughts when you design to avoid all these things. That's why maybe it's not directly linked with this question, but sometimes in the banking industry, people say that there's a fraud has happened and that people have shared the OTP, and the banker will say, so it's not my fault. They have shared the OTP, but it's not like that. You have to design a system, a robust product, so you can also say with the proud that no one can cheat you, no one can fraud you if you use my robust product, foolproof, multi-factor authentication, whatever. So similarly, in this also, in the data-driven enterprise, one has to ensure. Otherwise, all these actors, we know, every ecosystem it is there, and they continuously attack our system, so we have to take all the safeguards. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshi. Thank you so much. Every time you step on the stage, you get in some new perspectives for us, which helps us evolve in our understanding. Thank you very, very much.